you go now? You joined Butterfield in, was it 63 or 64, something like that?
Yeah.
So when you guys first came out here, I mean, it seems to me that Butterfield Blues Band was really kind of this earth-shaking thing on the West Coast, because basically all the hippie bands were here, and then you guys made it to the Avalon and then the Fillmore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like the musicians out here weren't really prepared for what you guys could do, in the sense of that you were much more advanced musically.
Blues musicians were expected to have a certain amount of technique and sophistication in their playing. And I think the rock music out here came sort of more directly from folk music.
True.
Where you just strum.
That's a good point.
Instead of
good point. Yeah. But I mean, it seems like, you guys really started something, I think, by coming out here and playing for Bill Graham. And then eventually you guys, I assume, toured all over the States a certain amount. I don't know how much.
Well, when the Butterfield Band first went on the road, they didn't know what the hell to do with us, because there wasn't an established circuit for this type of thing.
Right.
One got established in the next couple of years, but they'd try us in a jazz club one time, and maybe a university next week, and then a club in the ghetto next week. And they didn't know what the hell to do with us.
And did you have a booking agency? Is that how you getting gigs? Or
yeah,
just calling up?
He had a manager, this guy, Albert Grossman.
Oh, Grossman.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And he kind of, I don't have something to do with the booking. I didn't even know what a booking agent was.
Right.
But half the time we'd have to stay in the black part of town because
you had black guys in the band.
Yeah, they wouldn't. This was before civil rights.
Right. You guys started as a quartet, and I have to say, and I know Musselwhite kind of said the same thing. He goes, I kind of like the quartet the best. so
he does Musselwhite almost as good as you, Bob.
And it seemed like when you guys were doing the quartet, it was much more of a kind of classic blues band kind of thing that you were doing.
Yeah.
Like Walter covers, and
I don't think it maybe would have crossed over quite so strong if Bloomfield hadn't been in it. So he had that kind of. It's sort of the same reason Joe Bonamassa is.
Right, it's like the extra push. Yeah.
But
very flashy,
which ain't my cup of tea. But
right. Well, that's why I dubbed your playing back then, because it was like I heard that record. It's actually on here. That Rare Gems record.
Yeah.
And you playing with Billy Boy and Cotton.
Right.
And I heard you playing on that, and I went, wow, he really knows that stuff. Really impressive.
I always thought that where Butterfield really had his strongest thing was when he stayed in the blues format.
Right.
And the more he spread out from that, he kind of lost strength.
Yeah, no, I can dig that. Yeah. And I mean, the one thing I think about Butterfield is just he had a real strength for covering a lot of different ground in the band. That, he played, he would do R&B, he would do hardcore blues, he would do, New Orleans R&B, you might do a Percy Mayfield song or something like that. And that he featured guys. And that was another thing I thought was really cool.
Well, a lot of that comes from playing 5 or 6 shows a night.
Right.
It's the same reason that the level of musicianship was high in Chicago, because I don't care if you're Muddy Waters or who you are, when it gets 2 o'clock in the morning, it stays up until 4 or 5. You're glad to see anybody coming help you. It's like an employment agency. You go and sit in with somebody, you want to make a good showing, so you learn their tunes.
Right.
So you end up learning a lot of different tunes.
Right.
And
that's great for musicians, obviously.
Yeah.
By the time you left in '69, he had added horns and had gone more in a, what would you say, like R&B direction maybe? Or how would you
a little bit more. It was fun playing with the horn, so that's for sure.
Yeah, I wish there was more video footage of that lineup. But there's some at the Monterey,
That's
Rock
right.
Festival. You can hear it,
Yeah,
and it sounds great because they're doing like a drifting and drifting.
right. That's great, actually.
Elvin.
Martin Eftelin arranged that. He made a nice arrangement.
Yeah, that was a good arrangement.
David Sanborn used to kill on a lot of stuff,
So he was in the band when you were in there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he was awesome. And he stayed in, I think, right to the end, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's on the very last album, so he was in there till the end.